What if I told you a strong voice blackmail changed college basketball? What if I told you there was one man to stand up to drug kingpin Rayful Edmond? What if I told you there was one coach to take a chance on a pardoned, at-risk kid who later became an NBA great? What if I told you there was a black man who jeopardized his job by walking off the court in protest over Proposition 48? On September the 2nd, 1941, John Thompson was born in Washington, D.C. He was raised Roman Catholic because his mother was trying to find a way to keep him structured and out of the streets. He attended Archbishop Carroll High School and received a basketball scholarship to Providence University. He was drafted by the Boston Celtics in 1964. During his brief career, he went on to become a two-time NBA champion. After returning home from the NBA, John Thompson began his coaching career at St. Anthony's High School from 1966 to 1972, compiling a 122-28 record. He was selected as head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas in 1972 and remained in that role until he retired in 1999. He was inducted into the James Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. He was the first black coach to make it to the NCAA Final Four tournament in 1983. A year later, he became the first black coach to win the NCAA championship. He was inducted into the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006. During his career, he has coached notable players such as Sleepy Floyd, Reggie Williams, Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, and Allen Iverson. One of the events that Coach Thompson is remembered for is the day he stood up to Rayful Edmond. Rayful Edmond was a well-known drug kingpin in Washington, D.C. He was in charge of several areas, getting kids, youth, to sell drugs to get in the streets for him. John Thompson caught wind that Rayful was trying to reach some of his players on the team, offering him money because you couldn't receive things in colleges like monetary gifts and so forth. When he caught wind of it, he went to the streets. He found Rayful Edmond. He set up a meeting, and him and Rayful Edmond met at Georgetown University, and he spoke to him about, hey, I heard you were approaching my players. And it went back and forth. It got a little bit out of hand, a little boisterous. Words were exchanged, but at the end of the day, Rayful Edmond, with such admiration and respect for Coach Thompson, left everyone in his program alone. In Proposition 48, we talked about earlier, John Thompson did not feel that it was fair to a lot of the young black kids that were going into college. For those that don't know, Proposition 48 was set up to make kids academically eligible because of their placement tests they take to get into colleges and grades when they first come in as freshmen. Where because it affected a lot of the black youth that didn't have the proper training and education, but was athletic and was able to play at a college level. But it was really, Coach Thompson felt that it wasn't really fair to those coming in. One of the games, Coach Thompson stopped before the game started, put his assistant as the head coach, and walked off the court in protest of Proposition 48. I have a lot of respect for him, and that brings it back to what he's done for me. This is what has motivated me to be who I am. I've been coaching now for 20 years. I do remember an instance where I had to walk off the court. I felt that our team was in jeopardy. We were being hurt. There was a fight started. I feared for my team, for their safety. I took them off the court and I refused to bring them back on. I was also, as was Coach Thompson, I was taken in front of a board of my peers and judged whether I made the right decision and should I have been there. But me falling back to what Coach Thompson taught me and had put in my head and inspired me to be, I stayed true to myself. And here I am 20 years later, still coaching at the highest high school level. Coach Thompson, 6'10", 269-pound NBA player, college legend, father of three, radio personality, died August 30th, 2020 at the age of 78. May Coach Thompson rest in eternal peace. Until we meet in that basketball court in the sky, go Hoyas.